Okay, July 14th, 2019. It's a little before 7 p.m. I'm planning to go into town tomorrow, so I figured I'd shoot a quick update. Let you see what's going on. This is the new temporary office setup. This is where the office is going to be. It's just haven't built the desk yet. So this is where we are now, in front of the only two windows. It is so much more comfortable in here than the bus, so I've been spending breaks and evenings over here instead of in the bus. So yay for that. Other news, there was a big pile of lumber here. It's getting smaller. I'm cutting up boards for workbenches and shelves and stuff. More lumber. The next shelves are going to go in here. This is the storage room. Let's see. Ah, look at that. The light works. I'm still not used to that. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Anyway, so I'm going to put shelves in here. I did a bunch of cutting today, like a whole bunch. And let's see, which ones are the new ones? This is a new bench made today. This is a new bench made today. A bench in its natural habitat, completely covered in stuff. Behind it, that's a new bench, and that's a new bench. There's a pile of lumber back there that I'm not sure where I want to put it right now, so these benches didn't get pushed all the way back, but I've actually been using the benches to build the next bench. So the first one I had to build on the ground or on the floor, and then the second one, they're all, let's see, this one and this one are the same size, and then that one and that one are the same size. And they are made to basically fit up against the wall from one end to the other with a couple inches of slack in between. Like you can see, there's a little gap here. That's about as much slack as we left. So it's just a perfect fit. Anyway, all of this and some of this and some of this and maybe some of that is going to go into the shelves for here. Cool. I've cut some of the pieces for the front desk, and I'm kind of still working that through in my head. It seems very, very big. But if you notice how much stuff is on this little table, I don't think a desk that is too big is really a problem. So we'll go with that. Let's see what else in here. I'll shut the lights off. Everything in here is running off a battery still. So one of the cool tricks, let me show you this, if I can remember which circuit is which. This is 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. I turn the lights off. I've got plug-ins that are wired to the same circuit as these plugins off of this switch. So if this is still on, yes, okay. So the plan here, in addition to having lights that I can turn on, if I decided to use temporary work lights like that, that's an LED strip. That is awesome. I had that, I put that in Austin when I lived in the apartment in Austin. That was my kitchen light for quite a while, so I brought it with me. Anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of lights you can get that are just plug-in work lights. So I thought, well, in addition to the regular lights, which are nice also, but you get a couple of those and you light up the area really nicely. Also, I may look into plug-in heaters, like infrared heaters, patio heaters. That takes a lot of power, but if I get wind power going, then that will look really good in the wintertime. So the wind blows a lot in the winter, so you'd have lots of power. And it just turns off with the switch. So when I set this up, I've got regular light switch there, that one for the plugins, and then 2 more light switches on this side of the door, and one over there for the plugins. So as I'm leaving, coming out of the shop, I can just start turning off lights. Now normally that would be a lot easier to reach if I didn't have all these benches here. Yeah, okay. That's basically it for updates for this week. Except for the kind of the one that bit me in the butt. Let's go take a look. The visual is worth it, I think. Oops. Adjust. There we go. Let's see. The motorcycle has moved because it's getting ridden again. Because where's the truck? Huh. Yeah, I'm going to say 90% sure my fuel pump went out on the truck. I had just filled the tank up, so it's completely full. And if you've ever changed a fuel pump, you'll know that a full gas tank is not your friend. It's on the side of the road about 2 miles from here. That broke down on Friday when I was getting water. Now, thankfully, I didn't have the big tank in the truck. I was getting water jugs. So I've got 3 6-gallon water jugs of drinking water sitting in the truck. So I've got a truck with a full gas tank and drinking water 2 miles from here. And I'm like, dang it, right? Anyway, so today, a little bit to be funny, but it actually worked out pretty good. I've got a 6-gallon water jug here. It's actually one of these blue ones. Let's see, I'll show you a visual so you can get the idea of this. Focus, there we go. Okay, so I've got another one of these, and then I've also got 3 more of this one. Okay, this one, it is so weird, but it works. That, if I take the top off of my box here, that blue jug fits right in there. I just take the box off, take the back top off, just unsnaps. The whole jug fits up there. So I thought, well, for today, just to test it out, I transferred half of that, so about 3 gallons, into the blue one that I had with me, and brought that home. So I got drinking water for another day or two now. Now, the way it's looking right now, I have to drain the gas tank in the truck. Okay, 25 gallons. I've got 2 5s and a 2. So that's about half of what the truck holds, right? 12, half of 25, pretty close, right? The motorcycle holds about 5 gallons, and I've got 2 generators that need gas. So I'm like, all right, now that I did the water trick, these will also fit the same way in the back of the motorcycle. So tomorrow I'm going to ride the motorcycle into town, get a new fuel pump. And then when I come back, I'm going to siphon gas out of the truck into the gas cans, and then one at a time bring the gas cans home to fill the generators, and then top off the motorcycle, and then go back, and the rest of the gas I'll put in the gas cans and then keep it in the back of the truck, because once I get the fuel tank out of the truck and change the fuel pump and then put it all back together, then I can just dump these back into the tank. And practically, you're just draining the tank because it's freaking heavy, and you got to get the tank down out of the truck because the fuel pump is on the top of the tank. I don't know why Americans do it this way. It just makes my head hurt. I'm pretty sure one of my cars had an external fuel pump, but maybe not. I could be thinking of something different. But it's like, yeah, every vehicle is set up like that, so you have to drop the tank to get to the fuel pump, and apparently fuel pumps do die pretty often. When I worked for the Postal Service, I probably changed a fuel pump once a week on our trucks there. So anyway, so that's the trick, is you're going to have to siphon all the gas out of the tank, or as much as you can get out. If I leave 5 gallons or 10 gallons in there, I can probably handle it. Let it down gently. I've got a floor jack. I've taken a few scraps of wood out there already, so I can kind of support the tank, let it down onto the wood, slide it out from under the truck. The steps are simple. It's just a giant pain in the butt, and I'm going to be sitting out there on the side of the road. Now, fortunately, it's not a very busy road, but what are you going to do? I had a choice. I could probably try to call roadside assistance, The last time I did that is when I did a 20-mile walk across the desert because they wouldn't come get me. So I'm kind of soured on those guys. So anyway, that be that. I'm trying to think anything else interesting or exciting. Not so much. That corner got cleaned out a little bit. Starting to move things around. Now that I've got workbenches built, and the next step, not tomorrow because I'll be working on the truck, but this whole pile here is going to go into that storage room as soon as I get shelves built. I've got a bunch of totes like these two under that tarp. All of this stuff here was in, whoa, too bright. I gotta remember that doesn't keep up. The camper shed, when the camper shed was on the other side of the bus, all of the totes were in there. But that was in the room. That was where the house was supposed to go. So I had to take it all out and then move it. And so that became where I store the water tank now. Yeah. What else? Hey, moon's coming up. I don't know if it'll show up or not right up there. Getting close to a full moon. Motorcycle, I'm glad I got it. It's a little bit rough. I'll say that. You can see the oil on the front tire. Front forks are blown. Front tire leaks. Back tire's worn out. Rear shock is new. I did replace that just about on its last leg. But you know what? I'll tell you what. You cannot kill one of these things. This is your KLR 650. This is like the one I rode to Alaska a few years back. It's not the same one. It's a couple of years newer than that one, actually. This has sat. I rode it a couple of times before I went to truck driving school. I don't remember if I've ridden it since I came back. So it took a while. I had to crank it for a while because the carb had basically evaporated, all the gas in the carb. But I don't know, maybe 20, 30 seconds of cranking. It started up. It was a little rough at first. The gas was so old. But I put some fresh gas in it. It's been running great ever since. So didn't have to charge the battery or anything. It's just been sitting there for months. Started right up. Just, if it wouldn't have been so hot, it probably would have started easier. But all the gas, evaporated out of it. So that just takes a little bit to get it going. But solid. You got to love it. So I'll probably never get rid of this bike. The truck I'm starting to wonder about some days, and that's kind of the one that you wonder about now. The house is finished, essentially. I got a little bit of trim work. All the electrics is done in the house. All of the heavy lifting is done. All right. Now I still need a truck out here. But I don't need it to go get stuff for the house, except for paint. I'll probably go buy some paint pretty soon. But otherwise, I do need something to haul the water tank with. That I still need, but I can make a trailer or get a trailer for that and haul it behind a Jeep or something like that. So, and now I know I can haul water on the motorcycle. Now I got options. Not practical, but it did work. People in Thailand wouldn't even think twice about that. Everybody hauls stuff on their motorcycles in Thailand. Groovy. Well, that's about it for now. Kind of was a rough week, but we're getting stuff done anyway, and you just keep chipping away. You do your best, right? Let's see. What's left? I guess. Let's see if I can get this one right. Turn it around. See if I get the focus right this time. Anyway, if you like the video, give me that big thumbs up, big and cheesy or whatnot. Extra cheese, there you go. If you're one of the new subscribers, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining in. Go ahead and post comments if you have any questions or concerns or stuff that just doesn't make sense. Share and like and all that good stuff. Yeah, Patreon, if you got a couple bucks, that's always good. There is a couple people now on Patreon. I feel really bad. I didn't get the notification, so at least one of you has been on Patreon for quite a while, and I'm very sorry. I didn't know. As soon as I figure out what I want to send you, I'll figure something out. I'm probably going to get stickers made or something like that. It hasn't been a problem because I didn't think I had anybody to send it to, so now I got to get on the ball again. So we'll take care of that. Yeah, thanks to everybody that's posting the questions and all the support. I do appreciate it, and I read them as much as I can. And anytime I have internet, I do my best to answer the questions. So thanks for following along, and bye for now. And oh, potatoes. There's still potatoes. People sometimes wonder about that. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, there's potatoes. They're growing. And all the stuff in between is growing too. So rabbits seem to like it. I've seen rabbits eating the potato greens a little bit, but they haven't just wiped them out. So I'm not counting on those for my survival yet. It's just kind of a test. It's kind of cool to see something grow though. All right, that's it for now.